kinds of trapezoids. Okay. First of all, if it's just a regular trapezoid, okay, one pair of opposite sides is going to be parallel. Okay, that's your definition of a trapezoid. One pair of opposite sides is parallel. What happens? What is it if both opposite sides are parallel? Then it becomes not always parallel to the ground. There you go. Okay. When we are talking trapezoids, okay, consecutive angles are going to be supplementary. But when you're going consecutive, you're basically going from the parallel lines. Okay? So this angle and this angle are going to be supplementary. This angle and this angle will be supplementary. Okay? You can't say the same thing if you're going from non-parallel side to non-parallel side. Make sense? Okay? If your trapezoid is isosceles, okay, that means that your non-parallel sides. So if these are my parallel sides, my non-parallel sides are going to be congruent. Okay, in an isosceles trapezoid. If it's isosceles, okay, we just talked about our non-parallel sides being congruent. My diagonals are going to be congruent. My base angles are going to be congruent. That means that this angle will be congruent to this angle. This angle will be congruent to this angle. Okay? Consecutive angles will still be supplementary. Okay? And opposite angles, because we can use different properties for that. So far, so good? Alright. So, in this guy, what would angle K be? What? 129, how do you do that, Jeff? Yep. Consecutive angles are supplementary, so 180 minus 51. What's it? 93 what? Consecutive angles are supplementary, yep. Okay, over here, what's C going to be? $149, because consecutive angles are supplementary. And then what's D going to be? 118, because consecutive angles are supplementary. Alright, here, do these two angles, are they both connected to opposite parallel lines? Yeah, this is parallel, and this is parallel. So now our trapezoid is flipped a little bit, right? Okay, so these two angles are, consecutive angles are supplementary. So how am I going to solve this? I'm going to add these up. There's 7 equal 180. So 8x plus 60 is 180. 8x is 120, right? X is 50. Is that what they're asking for? Yeah. Okay. Same thing with number 4. What do I know about those two angles? They're consecutive angles, so they are supplementary. So add them up. 7 equals 90. Are they asking for X in that one? No. No. So they're asking for R. So I would have to plug it in to this guy, right? Okay. Alright, so now we have isosceles trapezoid. Okay, so now we've got many more properties. So DG, this side right here, is going to be congruent to who? EF. So DG is congruent to EF, because those are my non-parallel sides and they're congruent. DF is going to be congruent to GE, because diagonals are congruent, yep. Okay, and number 6 B is congruent to angle W. Okay, so if we go over here, what's Q? 112. And then R has to be 68 because consecutive angles are supplementary. And then S would also be 68 because my base angles are congruent. Alright, so W is 47. Y and Z are 133. Because consecutive angles are supplementary. I'm going to get that into your head if it kills me. Alright, so we've got an isosceles trapezoid. MP is 16x minus 13. NO is 9x plus 8. What do I know about those two? They're congruent. Okay, so 16x minus 13 equals 9x plus 8. 7x equals 21. X is 3. Okay. And then PN and MO are my what? They're congruent because they are diagonals. Yep, the diagonals are congruent. So 5y plus 19 equals 12y minus 37. 7y equals 56. So y is 8. Okay, down here, those base angles are congruent, so set them equal to each other, plug them in. Okay, these two angles do what? Yeah, add them up, set them equal to 180. What about these two angles in 12? They wouldn't equal each other. They'd equal 180, yep. Because this guy is equal to this guy, right? And then these guys are supplementary. So those would add up to 180. Not bad, right? Alright, so let's talk about the mid-segment of the trapezoid. Okay? If EF is the mid-segment, okay, then all three of these lines are going to be parallel. So AB is going to be parallel to EF, is going to be parallel to DC. Okay? All three of those lines are parallel. Okay? Meaning, what kind of angles do I have right here? Why? What are they called? Corresponding angles. Yep. Same thing up over here. Corresponding angles. Okay. When we're talking length of the mid-segment, okay, EF equals, the mid-segment is going to equal AB plus DC divided by 2. Okay, so we have to add up the top and the bottom, divide by 2, equals our mid-segment. Okay, so if this is my picture, AB is 14, DC is 26. I gotta find the mid-segment, so I'm gonna go 14 plus 26 divided by 2. So 40 divided by 2 gives me 20. So EF is going to be 20. Okay, over here, AB is 7, DC is 31. What do I have to do with those two? Add them up. So 7 plus 31 divided by 2 gives me 19. Okay. sometimes you have to be careful because they give you the mid-segment, and you've got to find one of the other ones. Okay, so my mid-segment is 22, BC is 33. Okay, so do I know AB? Nope, so I'm going to call it X. So how are we going to set it up? X plus 38 divided by 2 equals, what's the F? 22. So get rid of your denominator. X plus 38 equals 44. So you're multiplying both sides by 2. X equals 6. Okay, same thing over here. Except this time we know AB, so 41, 47, and X down here. So how are we going to set it up? Plus X divided by 2 equals 47. So 41 plus X equals 94. X equals 52. That's bad, right? Okay, so now let's add a variable. How do we set this up? $38 plus X plus 14. No. Divided by 2 equals X minus 19. So, if I combine like terms, I have X plus 52 equals, now I gotta multiply by 2, so those cancel. This by 2, so don't forget to distribute it. I get 10x minus 38. So now we solve. Minus x, 9x equals 90. X is 10, but they want yz, so what do I have to do? Plug it in. 50 minus 19, yz is 'You want to do another one like that? Yeah. Okay. Let's do 7. Okay, how am I going to set it up? Top and bottom. Plus 7 plus divided by 2 equals, okay, multiply both sides by 2. So on top, when I combine my terms, what do I have? 7x plus 12 equals minus 6. And now we just solve it like we normally do. Subtract our 7x, 9x equals, so x is 2, and they want uv. So 8 times 2 is 16 minus 3 is 13. So it's not so bad, right?